welcome to Labour for Flavour. I'm Emily and I created this channel because I really wanted to share how I eat in a balanced, super varied way on a whole food plant-based diet. Today, what I wanted to show is a little bit about how I prep for food in the week during lockdown, or at least working from home due to the pandemic. Because before the pandemic, I would prepare like 3 or 4 meals before, like on Saturday or Sunday, put them in different containers and then take them to the office, and regardless of whether I fancied it or not, I just eat it because I had it right there. But since I've been working from home, I found that I want a little bit more variety, or at least to switch things up a little bit more, and I have a little bit of time to kind of rustle stuff up in between in between my breaks at work from work. And it gives me a chance to kind of mix things up a little bit. So the way I like to kick it off is on a Sunday, I'll usually prepare a bunch of different things. One will be an elaborate meal. So today that's going to be an eggplant parmigiana, whole food plant-based style. And then I also like to do some kind of sauce that can be used as a dip, as a spread, to put on pasta. And today that's going to be carrot top pesto. Now, carrot tops are very, very interesting. If ever, next time you see carrots with carrot tops, just pull off a little bit and try it. It literally does taste like a leafy carrot. And they're really edible and they're very healthy, and in the spirit of, you know, zero waste and making the most of every part of the vegetable, I'm going to use these beautiful carrot tops to make the carrot top pesto mixed in with a little bit of spinach. So for the eggplant parmigiana, this, as I said, is an elaborate meal. So I'm going to start by getting this ready, all chopped up and ready to go. And then in the meantime, we'll prepare some other stuff. So the first thing that needs to happen is I need to slice these eggplants fairly finely. Sometimes I use my mandolin for this. I've started chopping them, so I'm not going to today. And then I just kind of like lay them out on a baking sheet. Use reusable silicone baking sheets instead of baking paper if you're trying to reduce waste. It's a really good, very affordable, eco-friendly substitute, and it also makes sure that you keep your pan super clean. I just redid my kitchen and I'm like obsessed with keeping my oven looking like it's from a showroom. So this works really well for that, and they're super easy to clean. Okay, so these are ready. I haven't put any seasoning on them. Sometimes if the seeds are really black, that's usually an indication that they might be a bit bitter. And so that's usually where people recommend you salt them. So when you salt them, you basically just slice them up like now, and then you put them in like a colander with some salt and leave them for about an hour or 2. And then you rinse off the salt and cook them. And that gets rid of the bitterness and makes them more spongy. But modern eggplants tend to have a lot less black seeds in them. Like these don't have any. This one has a few, but I think it'll be okay. So yeah, that's just a little tip. So now I'm going to bake these for about 20 to 30 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius, and get on with some other prepping. I like to have potatoes prepared, so I'm going to prepare my potatoes in 3 different ways. One is going to be for fries. The other one is going to be for potato cheese sauce, and then the third one is actually going to be baked, because I'm British and we do love a baked potato, which in England we actually call a jacket potato. This is the appliance corner of my kitchen, and for the cheese sauce, I'll steam my potatoes. I do sometimes eat steamed potatoes, especially steamed sweet potatoes actually, but I do prefer them baked. Here you can see that the potatoes are in there. I have the trivet that comes with the Instant Pot, and there's 2 cups of water in there. I'm just gonna put the lid on, and I can never do this right. Here we go. Set to seal, and then pressure cook for about, I would say, 25 minutes. So the final potato that I'm going to be prepping, I'm going to be using my mandolin for, and it's going to be for fries, because there's several tricks you can do to get fries to be crispy. without using oil. Obviously, one is that an air fryer makes it great, but you can still do fries in the oven. I have for many years before getting an air fryer. But I'm going to show you one of the tricks today, and if you want to know about some of the other tricks, then let me know in the comments below. Okay, so here are my fries, and I'm just going to pop the lid on and put them in the fridge, and they'll just soak until I decide I'm ready for them, and then I'll either put them out to dry the night before or in the morning or even a few hours before. It really doesn't matter as long as they have a little bit of time to dry. So now for the pesto. So you're going to need equal parts of spinach and carrot top. I've got like a big handful. It's about a cupful. The juice of half a lemon, 1 clove of garlic, 1 teaspoon of white miso, and 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Then, depending on your taste, half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of turmeric, because it's so good for you, pinch of salt and pepper, and a little bit of water in case you need to help it along a little bit. Now, carrot tops are quite stringy, so depending on what you're using, if you're using a high-speed blender, you should be fine, but I'm going to use my food processor. So I'm just going to give this a little chop so it doesn't get all tangled up in the blade. So now for the marinara, it's quite simple. I'm just going to water saute some onions, and then I'm going to add some passata, which is pureed tomato, and I'm also going to add some chopped fresh tomatoes because I've got some tomatoes from last week's shop that kind of need using. Sometimes I'll just use a tin, so depending on what you have on hand, you can use a tin or you can use some fresh tomatoes. The tomatoes almost kind of go a little bit orange when you know that they've kind of softened down and released some natural sugars. So now I'm literally just going to put this jar of passata, just to not waste anything. Put a little bit of water in, give it a shake, and pour that in too. Okay, so this is the cheese. Oh, this is the cheese sauce, and what have we got? That's lovely. I'm gonna put this to one side, and we can start assembling our Parmigiano. I'm going to ladle in some of this lovely sauce. I haven't blended it personally because I'm kind of like, it's getting dark and I kind of want to be quick. Sometimes I might stick the stick blender in there, give it a little blend. I don't mind having chunks in this time, so yeah, again, totally up to you. You can choose what you want to do. And so next I'm going to add a layer of eggplant. And this is the point where I think to myself, shoot, did I do enough eggplant? So here we go. That'll do. And then I'm going to add a layer of our cheese sauce. Okay, so it's layered. I did not have enough eggplant, so I used 2 eggplants. Next time I probably use 3 or 4, or aubergine. I never know which one to say. If you did want to make it more bulky, you could actually turn this into a lasagna. So this is going in the oven. Alright guys, so that's just about it. Before I end this video, I do want to just have a quick recap of what we made and how I might be using it throughout the week, just to give you some ideas. So first of all, obviously we have the baked potatoes. I will use them for any kind of quick meal when I don't have much time. I can throw on some cheese sauce or some marinara or some pesto, some raw veggies or some steamed greens, and I have a meal and it's super easy. Next, we have the fries. So they're soaking in water. I will drain them before using them, a minimum of 3 hours before. Season them, and I'll probably have these tomorrow with steamed asparagus and the leftover cheese sauce. I will be making more of this cheese sauce. This will not do me for the whole week, but it will do me for a couple of days. And then next we have the marinara, so leftover from the Parmigiana, which is still in the oven. So I will take a picture of that and put it on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. And so the marinara, I can use that on salad. Sorry, not salad. You don't want to put marinara on salad. I can use this for any kind of nourish bowl with some whole grains, some steamed greens. I'll also be able to throw it on pasta or just have it on a potato with some steamed greens as well. And then the pesto, so I can use this again with pasta or on a potato, but I can also use it as a dressing. So like I said, I like to have a salad before my meals, and I have my veggies prepped for that, so that means I can make a salad really quickly. Salads typically can take a bit of time to make, so if you have these things made in advance, then you can be a lot faster. So that's it. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that this helps in some way on giving you ideas as to how you can kind of prepare veggies at the weekend, but without kind of having to make fixed meals that you're gonna have to stick to, but still being able to have variety while eating healthy and wholesome, and well, in this case, whole food, plant-based, low oil. That's the timer for the Parmigiana. Bye.